AberFest friends, Jackie Harrison here. I probably am remembered as being the organiser of the hosting for AberFest for many years. It all began at the funeral of Ronnie Williams. John Dudding and I were discussing the possibility of organising a celebration in memory of Ron. And it was from this conversation that AberFest, or initially the first festival called Ronnie Fest, was actually created. We both felt very strongly that it was a good time to repay the Bretons of Brondivy and surrounding area for their wonderful hospitality over many years. They had received many Cornish musicians and dancers into their homes and made each one very welcome. Ross Celtic was one of those many groups, and although I was not a member of the group, my two daughters, Joanna and Lisa Harrison, had been musicians and dancers with Ross Celtic, and I had accompanied them since they joined in their early teens. The Easter weekend was an annual highlight for us all. It was a delight, therefore, for me to suggest to John that I would take on the role of organiser of the hosting, matching Breton families with Cornish families. At first it was difficult to persuade many folks that it would not be a problem to host, whatever the concerns they had. Cornish houses, they said, are smaller than those of the Bretons, therefore the accommodation would not be good enough. Many were worried about the food they would cook to give to the Bretons, and so on. All concerns were, of course, completely unnecessary, because it was all about making music, dancing and having fun together. I really enjoyed my role of matching up the Bretons with the Cornish hosts. Many lasting friendships still continue today through these hostings, which is really, really lovely. Sometimes as many as 30 families were encouraged to be hosting. So there was a lot of organisation involved. I continued in this role for a number of years before handing it over into the capable hands of Anne Mason, who many of us will remember was also a good friend of Ron Williams, and who, with her good friend the late Sandy Entwistle, attended many Brondivy festivals from its early days. They were with Ross Celtic as dancers too, I believe. Anne was also be remembered, of course, for the famous raffles, and of course we all still have some of those mementos in our possession. For continuing AberFest festivals, my husband Nick and I hosted many Bretons, including those of the Leroux-Pascoe family of Castle Gwen, and we helped with other aspects of the Cornish festival every other Easter in Falmouth. The decorating of the venues for the festival became as inclusive and fun time when I organised bunting making workshops at my home. Lots of fabric and sewing machines were put to use for several workshops, and the bunting has continued to be part of the AberFest Festnars Ceilidhs for many years, and Cornish people can still spot their piece of Brondivy of AberFest bunting. I hope that with the sad passing of John Dudding, AberFest will continue to celebrate the life of the much-loved Ronnie Williams, and also the crazy, fun-loving and slightly eccentric John Dudding, and of course we won't forget his mackerel. Thank you to everyone, and happy celebrations of AberFest when we can all get together again. So it's Jackie Harrison signing off, and have a wonderful Easter weekend. Bye for now.
Le rôti n'est pas cuit, une tranche de passet, je lui donne comme souvenir. Une tranche de passet que je lui donne comme souvenir. Quand je pars pour le grand bal, je commande à mon mari d'aller chercher ma mantille, mon manteau, me vêtir. je demande à mon mari de venir m'y chercher entre 11h et minuit, de venir m'y chercher entre 11h et minuit. Ah, les dames du grand bal me disent oh quel beau mari, faites-le rentrer dans la danse, nous allons boire avec lui. Faites-le rentrer dans la danse, nous allons boire avec lui. Ah mesdames, mes belles dames, mon mari ne boit pas ici. J'ai du bon vin dans ma cave, c'est pour moi et mes amis. Et de l'eau dans ma citerne, c'est assez pour mon mari. Et de l'eau dans ma citerne, c'est assez pour mon mari.
Easter, Pax, no Bretons, Terrible.